the focus functions of management. Okay, so this is a kind of chapter which is there under the subject of management principle and application, the subject of paper. And under that we are going to discuss another chapter, that is functions of management. Okay, so as you are observing, these are the different functions of management. One is planning, the first and foremost important, then organizing, then staffing, then directing and controlling. So these are the 5 important functions of management. Okay, so what is planning? Planning का मतलब क्या है? Planning means recognizing the need for an action is known as planning. Recognizing the course of an action is known as planning. Looking in advance is known as planning. Planning is all about thinking in advance. Thinking beforehand is known as what? Planning. Okay. So why you have to do the planning? Okay. So planning is all about what to plan, where to plan, when to plan, by whom to plan. Okay. So this is, and who has to plan. So who has to plan? What to plan, when to plan, by whom to plan, where to plan. So it is including under the head of what? Planning. For planning, we are using different kind of basis, like different kind of budgeting, different kind of programs, policies also made for the planning purposes. And planning can be long-term planning or it can be the short-term planning also. Okay, so planning is a kind of thing which is the first and foundation of any kind of management. पहले क्या करता है मैनेजमेंट? प्लानिंग करता है, उसके बाद ऑर्गेनाइजिंग आएगा, उसके बाद स्टाफिंग आएगा, उसके बाद डायरेक्टिंग, उसके बाद कंट्रोलिंग आएगा. सो प्लानिंग इज ऑल अबाउट व्हाट टू प्लान, हाउ टू प्लान, वेयर टू प्लान and by whom to plan, and looking in advance of the things, whether the resources are available or not, whether we have to set a goal and the goal is precise or not, and we have to plan for all the resources as well as the goal of the organization. Okay, we have to plan for the material, we have to plan for the machine, we have to plan for the finance, have to plan for the marketing also. So planning is the first and foremost important and the foundation of any kind of management function. Okay, the first step or the first under the process of management, the first function is all about the planning. Planning करना है. Suppose you want to go to a picnic spot. For that, what you have to do? You have to go for planning. Where to stay, or any kind of where to arrange the particular bus. How much will be the charge to each and every student? How to bring the cook, and what is the charge of the cook? Where to purchase the groceries? What is the nutrition facility? Is there any entertainment facility or not? Has to be available or not? So, for any kind of objective to be accomplished, you need to go for what? Planning. Similarly, also to achieve any kind of organizational objective such as maximizing the profit, also you have to see about the planning. You have to plan for the resources, you have to plan for the men, you have to plan for material, you have to plan for machine, you have to plan for money, how to arrange the money, where to arrange the money, where to start, when to start, how to start. So these are all coming under what I believe planning. Next one, after the planning, is all about organizing. Thereafter, after the planning, you have to organize. You have to organize all the resources, and after organizing both human resources as well as material resources, what you have to do? You have to divide the work. Okay, you have to segregate the work among different people, and you have to give the worker or the employees different kind of duties, responsibilities, and also you have to delegate certain authority to them so that they can fulfill, they can do the work perfectly. So first one is what? There is a work will be there. You have to divide the total work into various people, various workers where they are specialized, and you have to give them responsibility, and also you have to give the authority. After giving the authority as well as responsibility, you have to ask, you have to evaluate their performance, and they are accountable to you. So this is known as what? Everybody organizing. The planning is the first function. Next one is organizing. The very next one is staffing. Staffing means you have to recruit right men at the right place and at the right time. तुम्हें क्या करना पड़ेगा? रिक्रूटमेंट करना पड़ेगा सही आदमी को सही समय में. If you are not recruiting the right men, if you are not putting the right men at the right place, then he will be frustrated. If he is overpaid beyond his job, then he will not continue, or he will feel a certain ego will come to him. And if he is underpaid also, he might leave the organization also. So you have to see the payment, okay, his training, his development, okay, his performance appraisal, the manpower planning, the selection, the recruitment, the placement, the development. These all will come under the head of what? Organizing. Organizing means what? Organizing is all about you have to or you need to divide the work. Total work जो होता है organization में वो divide किया जाता है हर एक व्यक्ति में. Okay, that is organizing. Then staffing का मतलब क्या है? Staffing का मतलब क्या है? Under the staffing, you have to go for selection of the people, you have to go for recruitment of the people, you have to train the people, you have to place the people, and you have to do the performance appraisal of the people. वो सही परफॉर्मेंस कर रहे हैं या नहीं, उनको उनका काम को, उनका टारगेट को आप क्या करोगे? इवैल्यूएट करोगे. वो क्या है? परफॉर्मेंस अप्रेजल, जो कि स्टार्टिंग में आता है. स्टार्टिंग में क्या आता है? रिक्रूटमेंट आता है. The different sources of recruitment will be there, where you can invite the particular candidate to come and you can see the recruitment. Then you can select the right candidate and you have to place them after in personal interview, after written test, after GD. You have to place them at the right place and you have to see their development. And also you have to do the performance appraisal of the particular people. So that is known as what? Staffing. Thereafter what comes? Directing. Every people need direction. If you are not providing any kind of direction, they may do deviate. So you have to proper coordination. It is required that direction, and the direction or directing can be given with proper supervision, proper communication, proper leadership. You can able to डायरेक्ट द पीपल को डायरेक्ट करने से ही वो काम करेंगे, पीपल को मोटिवेट करने से ही वो काम करेंगे, वर्कर को इन्फ्लुएंस करने से ही वो काम करेंगे, वर्कर को अच्छी तरह से कम्युनिकेट करने से ही वो काम करेंगे. सो इसलिए क्या है, आपका जो लीडर का है वो रोल होता है. आप कैसे कम्युनिकेट करते हो वो भी इम्पोर्टेंट है. आप कैसे सुपरवाइज करते हो, दैट इज ऑल्सो इम्पोर्टेंट. दैट इज अंडर द हेड ऑफ डायरेक्टिंग. दिस इज द फोर्थ फंक्शन ऑफ मैनेजमेंट. देयर आफ्टर व्हाट? कंट्रोलिंग. कंट्रोलिंग में क्या होता है? There is a standard being set and the actual work also performed. So under controlling, there is a particular standard is being set to a particular worker, and what is the actual work he has done. There should be a comparison in between the standard work he has done and standard work that is being set and the actual work he is performed. There should be a comparison is made. If the deviation is positive, then he should be awarded. If the deviation is negative, then he should be punished or he should be dismissed from the job. That is known as controlling. If resources are there, if human power is there, if man is there, machinery is there, machine is there, if you are using them, you should see that they should be controlled. The way we are giving the target to him, the way they are achieving the target, okay, there should be a comparison in between them. So that is known as controlling. Controlling is all about the performance has to be controlled. Whether performance is good or bad, that has to be compared. The comparison between the actual and the standard is always be there under the control. If the performance is good, you should give reward. If the performance is bad, then you have to go for rectification. You have to take certain measures to control that one. So these are the 5 importance of what functions of management, and this is we can say this is a continuous process, or we can say this is a process of management. The first starts with the planning, thereafter organizing, thereafter staffing, then directing and controlling, and this kind of thing is continuous. And planning is the first step, having with the foundation of any kind of management function, and it ends with the last step, that is controlling. And this particular process is a never-ending process. It continues. So that is known as what functions of management. Okay. Thereafter, we are discussing about what are the different levels of management. Okay. So level of management मतलब कितना स्तर होता है एक management का? 3 स्तर होता है. 3 stages are there. 3 levels are there. First one is upper level or the top level, middle level, then after lower level or down level. Okay. So upper level, top level, middle level, then lower level. Okay. So what will come under the upper level? This is a kind of level of management. Okay. This is a kind of triangle shape. The upper segment, that is upper management or top management. In the middle management, lower level management. So there are 3 levels of management will be there. Under upper level management or top level management, who will be coming? The top CEO will come at the upper level. The vice president will come. The board of director will come under the upper level management. The CFO, chief financial officer, will come. Okay, chief technical officer, he will come. These are the different kind of people who can come under the head of our upper level of management or the top level of management. Under middle level of management who will come, the department has had such as marketing manager, finance manager, HR manager, personnel manager, or the plant manager. They will come under the head of what? Middle level management. Okay. Last but not the least, who will come under the lower level management? The lower level management is all about the supervisor. The supervisor will come, the foreman or shift manager or assistant manager or the TL, that is team leader, also will come under the lower level management. So in this level of management, the total level of management is segregated into the 3 categories. One is higher, which lies at the top level management, जहाँ पे कि policy making people will be there. Those people who are setting the goals, they will be there. And next to him, those people who are the different departments heads, like HR manager, personnel manager, finance manager, marketing manager, they will occupy the place. And whatever the plans and policy made by the upper level management, they will see, they will obey, they will take that particular policies, they will take that particular decisions, whatever the decision taken by the upper level management. And this middle level management are liable to the upper level management. And whatever the things the middle level management has, they have to delegate, they have to assign to the lower level management. And lower level management are the people who are really implement the particular plans which are being set by the top level managements. Okay, so these are the levels of management, that is upper level, we can say top level or strategic level we can say, and middle level, that is a tactical level we can say, and the lower level we can say operational level. So 3 levels of management is there in a particular organization, where the top level, the people, the board of directors, the vice president, the chief financial officer, people will be there under the top level management, where they can set the organization goals and objectives, they can set different kind of rules regulation of the organizations. And the next middle level of management, different kinds of department heads will be there under the middle level management. And at the lower level management, there are different kind of assistant manager, team leader, and foreman, shift manager will be there. So we discussed the first level of supervised management. Okay, those people are known as white collar supervisor. Then middle line, we can say sales manager, plant manager, personnel manager, department. And then first line, that is we can say lowest level people. Okay, then top management, which we discussed, board of director, chairman, executive, managing director, secretary will be there. Okay, so based upon the organization structure, the level of management can be the 3 types. Okay, the first line means that is the white collar supervisor or white collar employees, which are there in the down or at the lowest level of the particular organization or structure. In the middle, these are the different people will be there: sales manager, plant manager, personnel manager, department manager. And the top level people, the chairman, board of director, executives. Okay, then managing director, secretary will be there under the top level management. Okay. Now we are discussing about the difference between the management and administration. Could there be any kind of difference is there in between the management as well as what administration? So what is management? We discuss management is the getting the things done to other people, and management is all about planning, organizing, directing, staffing, controlling, so and fulfilling the objective of the organization. That is known as management. Then what is the administration? The word administration, it is a systematic process of administrating the management of a business organization. The typically this administration word is being used schools, colleges, government offices, defense services, or this particular we can say in any kind of administration we can use this particular military service, we can use this word administration. Okay, so this administration is all about formation of plans, policies, procedures, setting of goals and objective, enforcing rules and regulations. So administration में क्या होता है? You have to set the plans, you have to set the policies, you have to formulate plans, you have to formulate rules and regulation of the organization. Who can set? These are the top level people who can set. And this typically this word administration is it's a synonym of management, but it is more precisely used in the schools, colleges, in the government offices, in the particular military and defense institutions. We can use the word administration rather than management. Then what is the difference between the administration and management? Okay, so who determine the objective of the organization? It is the administration. Administration means it is the people who lies at the top level management and who are responsible for the formulating different rules, regulations, policies. They can take different kind of strategic decision of the organization. They are framing different rules and regulation of the organization. They are the administrative type of people. So in administration, they determine the objective, but in case of management, they are the planning the work to meet the objective given by administration. ये जो administration वाले जो देते हैं, उनको कैसे planning करने का, उनका कैसे execute करने का objective को, ये क्या है role है management का. Okay. Then administration is all about framing the policies and principles, but execution of such policies and program lies with the management. एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन क्या करेगा? पॉलिसी फ्रेम कर देगा, रूल कर देगा, प्रिंसिपल फ्रेम कर देगा, लेकिन जो मैनेजमेंट क्या है होता है उस तमाम पॉलिसी को कैसे एग्जीक्यूट करना है, तमाम प्रोग्राम को कैसे एग्जीक्यूट करना है वो देखेगा मैनेजमेंट. The framework under which one has to work. So एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन क्या है? जो एक डिफरेंट एक बाउंड्री तैयार करते हैं, एक डिमार्केशन तैयार करते हैं, जिस फ्रेमवर्क के अंडर हर कोई काम करेगा और करना चाहिए, जो कि कंपल्सरी है. लेकिन मैनेजमेंट क्या है? इट सुपरवाइजेस एंड कंट्रोल एग्जीक्यूशन ऑफ द वर्क. दे कैन गाइड, दे कैन सुपरवाइज, दे कैन सी द कंट्रोल ऑफ द एग्जीक्यूशन ऑफ द वर्क. Then direction, guidance and leadership and brings in resources. Okay, they can give direction how the resources can be brought. They can give guidance, they can give the leadership, but it is the management coordinate all those resources. Then this administration comes first and provides guidelines to the management and operation. Whenever any kind of guidance required to the management, it is the administration who provides certain guidance to the management. It comes second. ये पहले आता है, दूसरे क्या आता है, दूसरे में क्या आएगा? This management comes second and derives strength and freedom from administration to plan and execute. वो power लाएगा किससे? Administration to for what? For executing of the task or work. Then the administration में कौन रहेगा? Authority is top level. Top level में जो authority है वो administration करेगा. जो मैनेजमेंट कौन करेगा? मिडिल लेवल मैनेजमेंट एंड लोअर लेवल मैनेजमेंट. देन रोल इज क्वाइट डिसिसिव इन केस ऑफ एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन. रोल इज क्वाइट एग्जीक्यूटिव. जो डिसीजन लेने का काम किसका होता है? एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन का होता है, लेकिन एग्जीक्यूशन का काम किसका होता है? मैनेजमेंट का. पॉलिसी फॉर्मुलेट का काम किसका होता है? एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन का. एंड पॉलिसी इंप्लीमेंटेशन का टास्क किसका होता है? मैनेजमेंट का. की पर्सन कौन है? एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर है. समवन हु एडमिनिस्ट्रेट, दैट इज नोन एज administrator. And यहाँ पे की पर्सन कौन होता है? मैनेजर होता है. And administration people are the owner of the organization, whereas the management people are the employee of the organization. This is the key difference. जो मैनेजर होता है वो एम्प्लॉय होता है, जो मैनेजमेंट कहते हैं वो एम्प्लॉय होते हैं, लेकिन जो ओनर होते हैं वो क्या है? एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव में होता है, एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में होता है, क्योंकि डिफरेंट रूल्स रेगुलेशन, डिफरेंट पॉलिसी फ्रेम करते हैं, डिफरेंट ऑब्जेक्टिव और गोल्स फ्रेम करते हैं, जिसके आधार के ऊपर जिसके ऊपर हर कोई काम करता है. There is a boundary, there is a framework set by the administration people, and everybody has to obey, has to follow those guidelines, those principles of the administration people who occupies the position at the top level. Generally, I told earlier that the administration is being used, not any kind of organization, but it should be used in the schools, colleges, defense, military institutes, as well as the government offices. So this is a difference between the administration and what management. Okay, next comes management as a profession. Why you choose as a profession as management? Why management is also considered as profession? Management क्यों एक special profession है? Like doctor is a profession, engineering is a profession, lawyer is a profession. How and why management is also a profession? Okay, or we can say indirectly why a manager is also considered as a profession. Okay, so what is profession? First of all, profession can be defined as an occupation backed by specialized knowledge and training in which entry is restricted. Profession कैसे शुरू होता है? Profession कोई कैसे बनता है? By acquiring certain knowledge. You have to acquire certain knowledge. You have to be specialized certain knowledge so that you can be a profession. You to be a lawyer, you have to be a pass out the LLB. Okay. To be a doctor, you have to pass out the MBBS program. So you have to have a specialized knowledge, and also you have to get certain kind of training. Okay, and हर कोई वो profession में आ नहीं सकता. There is a restriction of entry of any kind of profession also. So that's why it is more important to be a profession. You should acquire certain specialized knowledge, and also there is a restriction of entry also certain kind of knowledge. यहाँ पे हर कोई डॉक्टर नहीं बनता क्योंकि there is a restriction is there. You have to qualify the MBBS exam. हर कोई चार्टर्ड अकाउंट नहीं बन सकता because the program designed by the Institute of Chartered Account of India, you have to qualify that so that you, after acquiring the knowledge and after entering into the ICAI exam, then only you can be a chartered accountant. Similarly, also to be a manager, you have to have certain specialized knowledge as well as you have to possess certain qualification under different kind of management college, MBA college or IAS or any kind of B school में ट्रेनिंग होके B school में लर्निंग करके B school में एजुकेशन हासिल करके आप कहाँ पे आके मैनेजर बन सकते हो. सो मैनेजर इसलिए हम क्या बोलते हैं, मैनेजर को एक प्रोफेशन बोलते हैं. हर कोई मैनेजर नहीं बन सकता, हर किसी को मैनेजमेंट नहीं बोल सकते. ओके, यू हैव टू बी ए मैनेजमेंट, you have to be associated with Indian Management Association. You should pass out from MBA college or any kind of business school or any kind of IIM also, and you have to be specialized in a particular field like finance, marketing, HR, operation, etc. So, as different chartered account, different doctor also, they are having specialized in a different subject. Similarly, as a management also, you are having different kind of specialization also. So management is a body of knowledge. Okay, then it is a restricted entry. No, everyone can't be a manager because there is a restriction. Okay. Similarly, ability to render personal service with expertise and specialization. ये मैनेजर क्या होते हैं, उनके पास एक एक्सपर्टाइज नॉलेज होता है. वो क्या है, डिफरेंट सर्विस देते हैं लोगों को. Like doctor is giving the services to the patient. Similarly, also the lawyer is giving certain services to its clients. Similarly, also this management has to give certain services, day-to-day services to the different kind of people. Then formal education and training from recognized institution. I told earlier, okay, to be a doctor you have to qualify MBBS. To be a chartered accountant, you have to qualify from the ICAI exam. To be a particular management or manager, you have to get training or pass out from any kind of recognized institution which is providing the MBA program, or any kind of B school is there who is providing certain kind of training or the education to the people to be a manager. And there is some code of conduct will be there. There is some principles will be there on different kind of management, and you have to represent yourself with different kind of association will be there. Okay. Like for doctor, Indian Medical Council will be there. Like for bar council is there for advocates. Similarly, also for this management, there is a association, Indian Management Association will be there. You have to represent to those association. Then only we can tell that there is a profession. सो मैनेजमेंट को क्यों प्रोफेशन बोलेंगे, क्योंकि ये स्पेशलाइज्ड नॉलेज से जुड़ा है, जिनमें ट्रेनिंग मिलता है, जो कि बी स्कूल या कौन से MBA कॉलेज से आपको एजुकेशन लेना पड़ेगा, आपका स्पेशलाइज होना चाहिए, आप क्या है एक पर्सनल सर्विस लोगों को दे सकते हैं, एंड आप जैसा कोई भी एंट्री नहीं कर सकता है उस जॉब के लिए, उस प्रोफेशन के लिए, और उसके अलावा देयर इज certain code of conduct is also there, and you have to represent a particular association, then only we can tell that is a profession. So as a profession, these all features are present in case of management, so that's why we are telling that management is a profession. We are now discussing about the role of manager. Okay, so what are the roles of manager? We discuss. There are different kind of roles. We can say one is interpersonal roles, another is informational roles, another is decision role. So these are the three important roles of manager. Manager is a person who manages day-to-day activity life of the organization. So what are the different kind of roles of manager will be there? We discuss. So the first role is all about interpersonal roles. Okay. So what is the interpersonal role of manager? Under the interpersonal role, the first role is all about figurehead. Okay, that is he is representing to the particular organization. That is figurehead. That is coming under the interpersonal role. Then he is acting as a leader. Okay, he motivates or encourages the employees under what role? Interpersonal role. And also liaison. Liaison means he is connecting outside world, develop external links. He has to build the network to the outside world also. So that role is known and coming under the head of interpersonal role. That is liaison. So figurehead will come, leader will come, liaison will come under the interpersonal role. Thereafter, what will come? Information role. He has to give he has to disseminate information to the people who are interested in the organization. So he is the information, he said the information. So that is coming under the head of information role. Under the information role, what will come? Monitor. He received the information from various sources on matters concerning the organization. Organization में जो different matter होता है, वो क्या होता है? Different information he has to receive. Then disseminator. Information को collect करने के बाद वो क्या करेगा? He has to transmit those information within the organization. Information को collect करेगा, information को दूसरे लोगों को पहुंचाएगा. So that is disseminator. He acts as a disseminator. Then spokesman. He transmits the information to the outside organization. Also, he has to transmit the information to the outside of the organization. So he acts as a monitor, disseminator, spokesman. So monitor में क्या होगा? Information collect करेगा, disseminator में information pass करेगा, spokesman में क्या होता है? He has to transmit the information to the outside of the organization. The role of manager can be interpersonal role and informational role we have discussed. And apart from the interpersonal role and informational role, another role is the decision roles. Okay. So under decision role, what the entrepreneur he acts as an entrepreneur by encouraging new ideas or innovations. Okay. The manager become an entrepreneur also by encouraging new ideas like entrepreneur. Then he disturbance handler. He has to act as a conflict handler whenever any kind of disturbances takes place in the organization, any conflict takes place between the employees in the organization or between the workers in the organization. He has to act as a disturbance handler. He has to see how he is act as a modulator to control or how to handle the problem. Then resource allocator. He has to allocate different kind of man, material, machine, monetary resources to the organization. So he is act as a resource allocator. Then negotiator. Manager has to negotiate in important matters concerning the organization. So whenever any kind of matters is there, any kind of negotiation is required in any kind of important matters for the organization, for the betterment of the organization, he has to act as a negotiator. So under decision role, the entrepreneur role is there by the manager, and disturbance handler is there. He has to handle the disturbances, and also he has to allocate different kind of resources, and he has to negotiate the different kind of matters, important matters in the organization. He's a negotiator. So these are different kind of decision role will be there. So we have discussed under the head of role of manager, that is interpersonal role, information role, as well as what decision role. Under interpersonal role, we have discussed how he acts as a figurehead, leader, and liaison. Okay, he is connecting the outside world, he is motivating the people, and he is representing to the whole organization, and he is passing the information from the inside organization to the outside organization, and he is the spokesman. Okay, transmitting the information to the outside world also, outside organization. So that is his acting as an information role. Apart from the information role, another role is that we discussed, that is decision role. So these are the three roles of a manager. Thereafter, what are the managerial skills? Okay, the managerial skills can be the conceptual skills, technical skills, and human relation skill. These are the three important skills of manager. So that is conceptual skills. Conceptual skills mean has to think the way you are thinking as a manager, that is totally different from the other normal human being. You have to think logically, you have to be creative, you have to have a reasoning, proper reasoning while thinking. You have to be a proactive person while thinking. So this is known as what conceptual skills. Conceptual skills are all about ability to think in abstract. Okay, and you have to analyze what is the forces working in a situation, and you have to be creative and innovative in your outlook, in your way of decision making. That is known as conceptual skill. Thereafter, what technical skills? To be a manager, apart from the manager skills, you have to possess the technical skills, because you have to run a particular organization where people are working under a organization with machine. So the technical knowledge is quite essential for you. So the technical skill also possessed by the particular manager. Okay. Last but not the least, human relation ability. Okay, he has to interact effectively with the different kind of people at all levels. It is the manager who has to interact with the people. He has to find out the problem of the particular worker, and he has to act as a leader. He has to act as a persuader. He has to act as a motivator by knowing different kind of problem, and he has to satisfy with the needs and requirement of the particular people, and he has to interact properly and effectively, so that there should be proper communication between him and all the employees. So he acts, the skill is all about the human relation skill. You have to build, you have to know the mood, you have to know the culture, you have to know the values, you have to know the need and requirement of the particular customer. So apart from the conceptual and technical skill, the human relation skills is the most important. If you as a manager, you have to build a strong human relation skills that will helpful for the operations, for the development, and you can know the problem of the employees easily, and you can satisfy them, and the employee also contribute much more better if you are having that kind of human relations skills. And I discussed about how technical skills also having the importance. Okay, being a particular manager, it is only the planning, organizing, and managing the things in the organization is not important, but also how you are technically sound about a technical aspect. कैसे प्लान को लेआउट कैसे होना है, डिजाइन कैसे करना है, प्रोडक्ट कैसे क्वालिटी कंट्रोल कैसे करना है, प्रोडक्ट को क्वालिटी चेक कैसे करना है. Okay, so these all technical skills also you have to know as a manager. That skill has to be present within the manager. And apart from the technical skill, the conceptual skills also present. You have to think reasonably, you have to think in abstract, and you have to be creative and innovative while thinking. The way other people are thinking, you have to think beyond that one. Okay, that is conceptualizing thing. You have to think logically, you have to think reasonably. Then that is known as what? Conceptual skill. So these three skills must be present within the particular manager. That is conceptual skills, technical skills, as well as what everybody human relation skills. So today what we discuss about, today already we have discussed about today we have discussed the different functions of management, that is planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling, and we discuss about the three levels of management. Okay, the upper level or top level, middle level, then lower level. Upper level is known as strategic level, then operation level, middle level, and the strategic level, tactic level is the middle level, and operation level is the lower level. Okay, 3 levels of management. Thereafter we discuss management and administration. Administration and management में क्या अंतर है we discussed. Okay, so management क्या होता है, जो प्लानिंग करता है, ऑर्गेनाइज करता है, जो कि डिफरेंट एग्जीक्यूट करता है, प्लान को, पॉलिसी को एग्जीक्यूट करने का दायित्व किसका है ना, मैनेजमेंट का. लेकिन जो प्लानिंग फॉर्मुलेट करता है, रूल रेगुलेशन फॉर्मुलेट करता है, डिसीजन जो लेता है, वो कौन है, टॉप लेवल मैनेजमेंट, जो कि हमने एग्जांपल में दिया, जो कि स्कूल कॉलेजेस में, गवर्नमेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में, मिलिट्री इंस्टीट्यूट एंड डिफेंस इंस्टीट्यूट में जो यूज होता है वो वार्ड एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव यूज होता है. ओके, thereafter we have discussed how the management is a profession where there is a restricted entry and you have to possess a particular specialized knowledge, and you have to provide a personal service, and you have to associate with different kind of association, and you have to pass out from a particular institutions, and you have to get the training so that we can tell that manager is a profession. And also we discuss about the 3 important role, that is interpersonal role, information role, as well as what decision role. And also we discuss about the 3 skills, that is conceptual skills, technical skills, and human relations skills. Okay, this is all about today's class, what we discuss about management principle and application, where